Where are you from, my friend?
I'm from New Zealand.
I'm from Sydney.
I've seen your YouTube channel.
No way! That's
I was
mad.
watching your video yesterday
Oh, which one? The Apu one?
about how this is a very terrible port.
Oh, you mean Oh no, that's Skiller, man. That's my brother. Okay, everyone, so we're very tired, and I'll tell you why we're very tired, because we spent the whole morning playing Fallout 76. More like Meme 76. It is such a shit game.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say, guys. This is going to be... We're going to make sure this is 10:01.
But like,
let's
it's
just
going to be
start.
10 minutes and 1 second, but it's basically going to be 10 minutes and 1 second of us explaining why this game is so shit. Here's the drop.
Here's the drop now,
just,
and we'll get into it.
Let's go. So I did a video yesterday, and I wasn't really expecting to do very well. I was just like, I'll just say what I think about Fallout, okay? That video ended up blowing up. It's like 450k views or something now. It was at the top of like all the subreddits and whatever else.
It was at the top of the subreddit, guys. It's SkillUp.
Skillup.com. Sam's just very jealous because Laymen didn't get any of those.
Where the hell's my 450,000
Exactly
views?
right.
Alright, bullshit.
It was a really interesting video because I was just saying what I saw, and a lot of other people saw the same thing, and then a lot of people just started watching and sharing the video, okay? What I said in that video was that I think that from a technical level, Fallout 76 is garbage, okay? And then from a gameplay perspective, I think it's also quite bad. Now, the technical stuff is quite objective in the sense that, you know, it's like, it is fact from one perspective in the sense that, like, my machine did perform that way.
Yeah.
So that was on a like a 5820K i7 on a 1080 Ti. I ran the same game today on a different machine.
And I also ran it on my machine, and all three machines have had problems.
All run like arse, okay?
And
like,
we've all got top of the line machines.
Yep.
You
A
know?
lot of people are getting this to run in a very stable way, so to speak, by going into the INI file and changing some settings. But there's nothing you can do right now in the menu to make this thing not run like arse for a lot of people. Some people are saying, oh, it runs perfectly for me. I get solid 60 frames, no problem.
Now,
a lot of people are saying that they've got issues. So the point with this, and it's objective fact, this game is extremely badly optimized, and it comes out in a very short span of time. To reach the level of optimization required is and furthermore,
I would like to say one thing.
No,
everybody.
shut up.
I will get there.
All right, you go.
No.
No,
Shut
Just
2 seconds. Let me just say quickly that although I agree with Ralph, I think there are some people out there like myself that only had crashing problems. I mean, it's a problem. Hello, everyone. Did everyone miss me? Oh my god, my game just fucking crashed the moment I sat down. I crashed about 5 times, but never once did I have a frame rate problem. So when I say that when I say all 3 machines have been tested, there were different issues, but they weren't the same issues. So from a performance perspective, in terms of my computer, it ran very smoothly. I didn't have an issue with that. So it's important to at least know that not all machines are having that problem. Go.
Okay, this is another thing that's super important with this, right? If this was a brand new game engine, right, really pushing the frontiers of graphical prowess in 2018, you'd be like, all right, I understand why this is not quite working yet, okay? This engine is like 15 fucking years old. This game looks like a PS2 game.
It looks like a PS3
It looks like a PS3 game at other points. It looks like a shitty old game. There is no way in hell that a game that looks this bad should have this many problems and require such optimization across these systems. It just shows you that from foundationally, the game is badly designed in terms of its graphical performance.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think the bottom line is, when you jump into this game, it kind of looks like a game out of 2009. Like, it really does. And on top of that, it looks very lazy on the PC. So the main reason I think that is because the moment you jump in, you can just tell so easily that this is the most laziest port from a console you'll ever experience.
Totally.
Not only have they not really thoroughly thought out how they want to, you know, make the PC version's interface its own.
It's so bad, that PC interface.
The PC interface is so like, we can't be fucked to do anything that makes this unique on the PC. Whatever the buttons were, we'll just put them in some awkward spots on the keyboard. Like the tab for back. There has never been a game in history that had back for tab ever. Or
And even just as an example, like they've just taken the Pip-Boy thing and they've just dumped into this game, okay? There are so many different categories of items that you need to use in your regular playthrough. Things like food, things like meds, things like ingredients and whatever else. And as you're going through the game, and you need to access those quickly because you're in the middle of a firefight.
And it's online, so it's not...
There's no pause, man. You have to access that shit fast.
Yeah.
You can't get to it quickly because the UI has not been designed in such a way where you can do that. It's just such a lazy drag and drop of an old, outdated UI that was clunky in a single-player game and is completely unworkable in a multiplayer game. And that's forgetting the fact that they just haven't actually built a proper PC UI that uses keyboard and mouse all the time. Like, you have to do all these stupid keys and shit. Oh my god, it's terrible.
It's a pain in the ass. And on the point of clunky, also the actual... Do you feel like the enemy... Like, you know, when you're trying to swing at something or trying to shoot at something or how... Like, it just feels very clunky. It feels so... I mean, the weapon mechanics don't feel nice at all.
No. And this is the thing with it. This is why this is the way it is with Fallout, okay? It's because Fallout enemies are designed for you to be able to use VATs very often, okay? Fallout enemies move really fast, and they get to your feet and they run around you in circles, and when they strike, they dodge really low, and all these are really little details, but what it means, because like if you watch Destiny, for example, the enemies are designed to be shot at, okay? They're designed for that. They're designed in such a way where the player is meant to be able to do that. It's not like that here, and they've taken the same enemies from Fallout 4, dumped them in this game, taken away VATs, or at least you can use it, but only very sparingly.
It's more of a special move now.
It's more of a special move,
really
exactly.
Just a
And
special
so that
move.
means you need to rely on your aim most of the time. Some of these ghouls move so fast, there is no fucking way you could hit them until they're on top of you and swinging at you.
And not to
It's
mention...
impossible.
Yeah, and not to mention, it feels very... it doesn't feel thought out in terms of then, 4 or 5 enemies start just getting all over you. It feels like a fucking zombie game.
And then you just need to run backwards.
Yeah.
And you're like, boom, reload, walking backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, reload, walk backwards.
It doesn't feel like even the weapons, right? The weapons themselves don't feel like they're actually right for the situation in which you're in. And I'm talking about the whole, any landscape you fall into. If there's 4 or 5 enemies, dude, it's extremely annoying to fight them. It's boring.
And it's like, well, you could take out a melee weapon, sure, but if you haven't built for melee, you're still going to find yourself in a situation where you're surrounded by 6 cockroaches, all of them running around at your feet. And you're like, all right, cool, boom.
Or you walk into any room, you open a door, right, and the moment the loading finishes, there's like 7 zombies there, and you're like, fuck, and they just start running at you. And sometimes I'm shooting them in the head, it misses. Or sometimes, I don't know if other people saw this, but I'd be aiming my gun, and the game is so fucked up that the gun would be like this. So my reticle and the gun is like, the gun's in the way of the reticle. Like, fuck off, dude. My gun is looks cooked. It was so fucking weird. Or I would walk past enemies, and you know how games when they're showing them being tested that the enemies stand like this?
Yeah, the T-pose. They're
Did
everywhere.
you see the T-pose?
The T-pose
They're
everywhere.
Everywhere. Like, it's so not ready. Look at this. Look at this shit. It's like in default position when they're making games. Look at this, dude. Like, it's 2.5 weeks away. And look at that. That's fucking ridiculous. That's not ready. I can't even shoot him. What the fuck? I mean, whatever, dude. Oh my god. Okay, this is the next point we need to get to.
Yeah.
It is not fucking ready for 3 weeks. There is absolutely...
It's less than that.
Is it less than that?
Yeah,
it's 2.5 weeks, or 3 weeks?
It's like 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Sorry, Shilled, right? It's not ready for 2.5 weeks. It's not ready for 2.5 weeks.
No.
The backlash that I feel like the community will actually end up giving this game, I have, I mean, probably not, but it wouldn't surprise me if if Bethesda turned around and said, you know what, guys, we're going to push this back. It's not ready.
You can't push this back. It'll go. It's already November 20th. They're not going to.
I mean,
sell
they're already
it.
printing the CDs,
Yeah,
man.
man. Those CDs are already out.
It's already gone gold. It's
being
like...
shipped and shit, man. Don't worry, that's not happening. This game is coming out November 20th.
I mean...
and it's absolutely not baked. It is not fully baked. So that's a lot of the technical stuff, okay? Well, the other thing as well is there's no ultra-wide support, okay? So forget about that. Anything above 60 hertz, you can't play. You can't have it. It's 60 hertz locked. Even if you've got a 144 hertz screen, like I have, bad luck.
Yeah.
Right now, game speed is tied to frame rate. So if you look at the ground, you walk faster.
I tried that. I couldn't see any differences there. I couldn't see
I know,
the
but
difference.
like, if you, it definitely, there are videos online showing
yeah,
evidence.
but
It's a
did
thing.
you experience that?
I did not, but Bethesda have also
Okay.
said yes, we can confirm this is a thing, and they
Okay.
will have a patch out before launch. They've said.
Sure.
Positional audio is completely fucked. So often you're walking around, you just hear gunshots, and then like,
Yeah.
right next to you, and you're like, "What's going on?"
What
And you
about
look
the
around.
NPCs that like you look in the distance and they're like shooting so loudly,
Yeah,
like
and you're like
each other or
nowhere
something.
near them, and you're like,
Yes,
So that
it's
also
so
is completely
crazy.
broken.
But
there's
yeah.
no part of this game that is properly. I did one. So many quests were bugged as well. I did one quest.
That's
where
what I wanted
just,
to talk about
couldn't,
next.
Couldn't find the thing. I went to the place. It just wasn't there. It was
Yeah.
bugged out. I was like, all right, I'll just do that later.
Yeah. Just quickly, I think it's important for us to just the quests themselves. Let's just say they fix all these bugs.
Yeah.
The quests themselves feel like a more boring version of World of Warcraft quests.
Yeah,
like
that's-
fetch quests.
there was
just stuff that like like there's no reason. There's no narrative. There's nothing that grabs you. There's no reason to walk out into this world and want to know more.
There was
and that's a big problem.
There was a thread on the Fallout subreddit that said all these quests feel like side quests, and that's 100%.
Someone said that on my stream
true.
too. So true.
They all feel like side quests.
Yeah, they feel like boring side quests.
Because there's no narrative hook in the game, right? You're tracking down the Overseer. These boring holotapes play all the damn time. You
So
never meet any
worst way.
NPC. The world feels completely lifeless, and the quest that you do. I did one quest today where I needed to put the paper targets back onto those wooden cutouts on a shooting range. Why the fuck are we doing that in a post-apocalyptic world? We've got bigger things to worry about than whether or not there's paper targets on a shooting range.
How bad was it when you'd walk into a fucking room and have to like boot up a computer and you're like, oh,
So
that
many
shit
times.
thing. It's like, yuck, get away from me. Why are you doing this to me every 10 minutes? And just to make this clear, we like Bethesda games. Like we like Elder Scrolls and we love Fallout. It's not like we just want to jump on the hate train. This is just purely something that is not ready. And before people go out and buy this, they need to know that if they have not played this beta, they are in for a rude shock.
Yeah,
a
very
massive
much.
shock.
Very much.
I've never seen a game this half-baked before launch. Like, before 3 weeks out.
Yeah, 3 weeks
I mean,
out,
Sea of
3
Thieves
weeks
is
out,
better than this.
Sea of Thieves
Like,
was far more polished than this.
it was.
It just had less stuff to do. I think there's lots to do in this game, right? That's not its problem. It's just the stuff that's there is boring.
I would even disagree
It's boring
with
as
that.
fuck. It's boring as fuck.
I would disagree with that because small little crappy quests don't add up to a lot of things to do. Like...
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like...
I do.
I feel like this is very similar in some respects to Sea of Thieves in a lot of ways. It's a huge area. It's kind of boring. It feels pointless and slightly lifeless. And
true.
it is very based on everyone, in a multiplayer aspect, having to like work together, or they have to kind of socialize, and that's what makes the game fun.
Yeah.
And for me personally, Sea of Thieves was not my game, and this is going to be something similar where it's a huge emphasis on playing with another person.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it doesn't seem like there's a point of doing that.
And here's the thing, right? If the game was good, it would be more fun to play it with someone else.
Yeah.
But if the game is shit, this game does not become good when you play it with someone else. You're still doing boring shit. You're just doing it with other people so you can laugh at all the bugs.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, that's it. That's the difference,
Yeah,
you know?
when I first jumped onto this, I mean, my stream were looking at me getting like visibly frustrated.
Yeah,
By like,
me
it was
too.
sapping the life out of me,
Me
this
too.
game. And by the end of it, I was like, guys, it crashed 4 times or some shit.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the 4th crash, I'm like, guys, I'm fucking done. Like, see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my god, my game crashed again. So guys, thank you so much for the stream. I hope you enjoyed the 3 crashes. The many enemies just standing there in default position. As you can see by my face and my whole like thing today, I'm just like, this game fucking is draining me. This is like the zombie of games.
I was going to play for another hour and I was like, I just don't want to anymore. And I have to keep playing to review it, but I really do not want to play any more of this game. I've played about 10 hours of it now and I've not enjoyed any of that.
Yeah, me
none
neither.
of it.
It
So-
really feels like it's just this... It's what you play if you ever go to hell. Like, this is what they give you. You're like, fucking, you've been bad, you
So
play
you're
Fallout.
like, Fallout, eh?
You're like, Fallout, eh?
Okay, guys, that's the video. Look, here I say this as well. Look, we hate this, okay? Go and find some people that love this. Don't just trust our perspective. Go and listen to some people that think it's the best thing since sliced bread. I know some YouTubers out there think it's awesome.
Sure.
Go and listen to what they say, because we're giving you a very one-sided account. Go and find what the other people are loving in it, and then decide for yourself based upon that. But me personally, I have a violently ill reaction to this game at this point.
I would say
violently ill.
I would say this, okay? I would say that if you were really wanting to play this, then I would suggest that I think that in 6 months' time, they will fix this game to where it maybe should be.
Longer.
At least 6 months then, okay? So my advice would be, from what I've played, and I agree with Ralph, go check out what other people are saying. My advice would be, definitely don't buy this at launch. It's not ready. You know, we wish the game the best in terms of hopefully it fixes itself and shit. But like, dude, right now, I wouldn't buy this game, man. I wouldn't buy it.
No.
And you know, we're gonna see an interesting comment section. You know, all the Fallout fanboys, but that's the truth, guys. Love you, appreciate you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Be kind to animals, everybody. I shot you both in your head and now in your ass.